From South Carolina.
I rise today and I'm honored to reiterate my full support for the Lindsey O. Graham Sanctioning Russia and Iran Act of 2026. My late brother Lindsey was a foreign policy and national security expert. He was also a peacemaker who was determined to bring an end to the conflict in Ukraine. He worked tirelessly to achieve that goal. Lindsey traveled to Ukraine on 10 separate occasions, seeking an end to this war. And despite the Ukrainian people's unwavering resolve to fight back, Russia has refused to stop. On his last trip to Ukraine, Lindsey continued his work to achieve peace. He understood that providing President Trump the tools contained in this legislation would help push Russia to the negotiating table. That had been his goal since day one. We are all aware of the tremendous bloodshed. For more than 4 years, Putin has wreaked havoc on the lives of everyday people, kidnapping tens of thousands of Ukrainian children and committing unspeakable acts. The war against Ukraine is primarily funded by the revenue Russia rakes in from energy sales. Without these profits, the ability to fund the war would be crippled. This legislation hits Putin where it hurts. It contains provisions that specifically target those who are supporting Russia's war in Ukraine. This bill forces those primary countries keeping Russia's economy afloat to make a simple yet critical choice, a choice between doing business with America or buying cheap Russian energy. This legislation tells Russia's customers that the United States of America will not sit by while they fund Putin's assault. The Lindsey O. Graham Sanctioning Russia and Iran Act of 2026 would end Russia's network of aggression and criminal leadership. History tells us that when an ambitious dictator goes after one nation, he typically doesn't stop there. My brother knew this well, and I'm honored to continue his work of advancing this historic legislation. I would especially like to thank President Trump, my colleagues, Senator Blumenthal, Senator Britt, Senator Shaheen, and Senator Wicker for their leadership in moving this forward with me. I would also like to thank our staff, all the staff who have worked so very hard. In closing, over the past 2.5 centuries, America has stood as a beacon of hope to the free world. Just as the backers of this war will soon be forced to make a choice, each member of this body must also make a choice, whether we have the courage to stand up to evil or whether we will continue on with the status quo. It's time for a show of strength. It's time for action. It's time for the Senate to pass the Lindsey O. Graham Sanctioning Russia and Iran Act of 2026. I yield the floor.